What is up, everybody? It's Wick here, and I have this Amazon Basics photo box to review. This thing was $135. It's meant to be foldable, compact. You can fold it up when you're not using it and carry it around. I think it has a handle even, and it's good for people who don't have a lot of space that are selling online, need to take photos. I'm just running out of space. I have a photo set up in a garage I'm renting to store inventory, and that takes up a lot of space because of all the big lights. And up in the room where I work here at the house, I have lights, and they're big and they take up a lot of space. So with this, I kind of just want it here so I can just open it up and take the photos and fold it away. We're going to see how easy it is, how well it works. Plus the lights I have, they're kind of far away, and they tend to not seem to get a bright enough picture. So I'm going to try this out and let you guys know what I think about it. So here it is with the plastic off. Looks to be in pretty good quality so far. It's not heavy. It's got some weight to it, but it's definitely wouldn't be a pain to carry around. This is not meant for extremely large items. It's meant for smaller things you're going to be selling. Most of my stuff doesn't get that big, so I think it will be okay. So here we are. Let's see how easy this is to figure out. Looks like there's some straps. Looks like just two maybe. Oh, might not have enough room. Let's see here how this unfolds. Okay, it just kind of collapses. I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera here. It looks like this has got to be the front, so I guess it goes like this. It's honestly pretty big. So here's what it's looking like set up. It's pretty big. I'll have the measurements, actual measurements there on the bottom of the screen for you, some specs. But it was very easy to unfold. And here in a minute after I use it, we'll see how easy it is to fold back up. Up here you can see it unzips and it stores the power supply. So I'll go ahead and get this thing plugged in. So there's a little flap here on the side where you plug in the power supply. The power supply cord is quite long, so that's really good because you don't want to have to carry around an extension cord or anything like that. And here it is on. It's not going to show up very well in video, obviously, the light, but it is very bright, and it is a cloudy, rainy day. So that's a pretty good way to test this because you don't have any other natural sunlight. And you can also pull this flap down, kind of capture the light, take a picture through here of the item. You see, you just kind of go in there. Pretty good. Up here at the top, you can take a picture. I don't know how often I'll have this thing shut. I'll probably just mostly take a picture. Whoops. Take a picture with it open. We'll just have to do some tests. I'm getting ready to take some pictures of some things, so I'll show you the results. Something I noticed, you actually pull the white part here down to make it more seamless. I was wondering because it had the crack, and I'm like, that's kind of gonna be weird, but yeah, it pulls right down, so it'll look pretty nice. I got this Hello Kitty Yahtzee game I picked up at Goodwill this morning. Actually, a very good product. Paid $5 for it. It's actually going to get maybe 80 bucks for it. We'll just have to see. But brand new sealed. We're going to take some pictures. I like this as a test because it has the reflective part here, and it's kind of bright, so we'll see how this goes. So here's a picture of Hello Kitty Yahtzee. It turned out really well. And what I like most about it is the shadows not being there. That was a struggle for me, even with pretty good quality umbrella lights on my other setups. I just couldn't get rid of shadows properly. There's always like darker spots in the photo. So this is looking pretty good. And remember, this is no extra settings like the ISO settings or the exposure. It's definitely recommended that you adjust your phone or your camera, whatever you're using, manually adjust the ISO and exposure settings. Actually, this product recommends a certain setting, which I'll put down here in the corner so you can kind of check and compare. You really got to play around with your settings, try to get the best type of picture if you're going for good quality. So here is another angle. I didn't crop it very well, but obviously you can edit that when you're listing the photo. But I like how there's no reflection really in the plastic, and you can't see me taking the picture, which is nice. So I'm quite pleased. So here I was adjusting the exposure a bit. You can see the white's more white and the colors are popping a little bit. I usually don't take the effort to do this with photos unless I'm listing something really that you really need to see the color and it really needs to stand out and it's kind of valuable. Most stuff I just list on eBay. I just throw up there. I want quick, decent pictures, and this seems to be giving that to me. But if you're doing like private label or Amazon where you need a complete white background, this photo box is perfect because I used the app, Amazon Seller app, and went to the photo option there where it grades your photo to be an Amazon photo, and this one passed fine. So awesome there. So these flaps are pretty cool. They're being held together by a magnet, and then when you pull it to the side, holds on that side. So that's really nice. There's 3 different levels you can pull, so wherever you want to take the picture, you can do that. So this is definitely well thought out and it's well made. So far, honestly, I have no complaints with it, but let me photograph some more stuff. So here is an old shoe of mine that I was using for running, and you can see that the colors are pretty bright. And when you take the photo, they're a bit more dull on the photo than they are in real life. And that's just an example of you have to adjust your settings. You can see the shadows and everything in the background, even without any adjustments, look really clean and crisp. But here's what it looks like when you actually doctor it up. Notice how much more brighter it is when you adjust the exposure. You can even see some of the dirt on the inside of the shoe more cleanly. It just pops a bit more and kind of fades to the background. Very nice looking. So something has this kind of color, I would probably take the time to adjust my settings. And really, once you do it once, you know about where your settings need to be every time, especially if you're going after what Amazon suggests. This will be perfect to take pictures of shoes, hats, collectibles, and just even boxed product, and just the type of things I sell on eBay. Right off, I can't think of anything that I have. Well, I can think of a couple things. A mandolin obviously wouldn't fit in here very well, so you'd have to have another means of taking a picture. But I would say for 90% of my stuff that this is going to be fine. So let's see how easy this thing is to collapse. We will just close up the flaps here. Let's see, we don't zip that up right away. Flip that up. So I'm going to take this out. The flap in the back, you just bring up to the top, and there's some Velcro, latches pretty easily. And then you grab the bottom where the light and the board is, and there it goes. It just collapses. Looks like you fold that over. Put the power supply in here, and you're done. That's extremely easy. That's definitely worth saving space and just setting it up on this table. It literally takes seconds. So my final thoughts on this product is I'm actually pretty impressed. For $135, it being an Amazon Basics, which is pretty much an Amazon private label type thing, I didn't expect the quality to be this good. I didn't expect it to be that easy to set up. I figured it'd be easy enough, but it's just extremely convenient. It's just a matter of pulling a couple things and it's set up. Power supply goes in the pocket very easily. A few things to note, which isn't a big deal at all. When you plug this in, it turns on. There's no on and off switch, so if you wanted to leave it plugged in at all times, to turn it on, you would just have to pull that out and put it back in, like if you had it plugged in your wall at all times. So that's a little weird. Other than that, I don't have any complaints, and that's really not a complaint. Also, I wanted to note a positive thing. The white background in there is like a vinyl, and it's going to be really easy to clean that. The photo box I got in the garage, it has some dirt on the white part. You can see it in the photos, and it's kind of like a fabric type material, so it's harder to clean. This is more vinyl. This should wipe down really well. And if you wanted to add some color to it, you could just put some poster board in there and maybe have different types of colored background. But looking at the pictures I took, definitely happy with it. I am keeping it. I honestly thought there's a good chance I'll be returning this because it wasn't going to justify the purchase price, but it definitely does. And if you're short on space, I highly recommend this product, even if you're not that short of space. And this is going to be very convenient, and I'm going to get a lot more work done because I can just, instead of trying to adjust my products to get the light right and hold the light closer, all this stuff I was doing before, I can eliminate that. So this is definitely a great starter photo box, and definitely something that if you can use it, is definitely worth the price in my opinion. If this review helped you out, don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on YouTube, all my reselling adventures. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, flipping_junk. There's a link for this in the description. If you're interested, make sure to go there and take a look at the product. Try it out. I think you'll be happy. This has been Wick. Till next time.